bet.
Hi all, welcome to our tasting here with Ritual Chocolate. We have Scott here to guide us through our tasting. Scott, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I am speaking to you directly from our factory in Heber City, Utah, beautiful little valley
Oh
in
my
Heber,
goodness.
surrounded by mountains. It's just a
Oh my gosh,
beautiful.
so wonderful. Thank you for joining us and it's beautiful day out. So tell us a little bit about Ritual. Like I know that there's been you guys were first at Denver and then now you guys are at Heber City. Just tell us, what's been going on since the last time, we featured you guys. It's been a couple of years.
Couple years. Well, yes, Anna's here, our brave and fearless leader. She's a badass. I hope everybody gets to meet Anna Sear. She co-founded the company in Boulder, Colorado, with co-founder Robbie Stout in 2010. Just a journey of 1,000 miles, just a passion for cacao and for chocolate and craft chocolate specifically, and the art of making just the best chocolate in the world. And she started there, and then they leapfrogged from Boulder, Colorado, to be even closer to the lifestyle that they love in these beautiful, beautiful mountains of Utah. We're in the Switzerland of America. This is absolutely spectacular, gorgeous mountains, and really kind of the perfect elevation and humidity for tempering beautiful chocolate here. There's this wonderful synergy between the places that are ideal to grow cacao, which is
Mhm.
20 to 30 degrees of the equator, and then the ideal places to craft it into chocolate, which is kind of like this beautiful Switzerland of America, Utah.
Love it.
And we're just hugged by these gorgeous mountains in this beautiful little valley called Heber. We were in Park
Amazing.
City for 5 years, but then we started to grow and get better and better at what we were doing, and then we leapfrog over this beautiful factory here in this little valley.
Wow.
So come visit us
Amazing.
for a tour and
Yeah.
tasting when you're in town.
Fantastic. So has business been good for you guys? What have you been seeing? Has anything changed in the craft chocolate industry, the bean bar? Tell us a little bit in like 30 seconds.
Well, yes, our there's been kind of an evolution of lots of things of the way we getting even more specific about how we source the cacao. Our packaging has changed over the years. Cacao has had a it's been pretty brutal the last couple of years. There was 1 year it was so hot there was a big shortage of cacao and we just and with tariffs and everything and shipping and everything's been has been really really challenging. So we've had to kind of roll with the punches and figure out how can we keep the same quality of cacao, keep the same quality of beans. Maybe we need to work on how we source packaging and how we distribute labor and to figure out so we can still uh, sell a really just the best quality chocolate in the world and sell it for the market price for craft chocolate like this, $12 a bar. So you just have to keep the same quality and adjust where you can. And it's been kind of a roller coaster, but it's a beautiful family of people. About there's 13 of us in the factory, and we're just working really hard to kind of keep the quality up and to grow and all the challenges that come with that. So yeah,
Wow,
we're just
amazing. Yeah, and you guys are still around because there's a lot of other chocolate makers that have like unfortunately closed their doors, and so you guys are still there strong. So that's awesome. Good
it's
to hear.
hard. It's a challenge, but we've been really fortunate. Uh, just just that combination of working really hard and then having some things it feels like it's going to all crash, and then one little thing happens that helps us get to the next thing, and
Yeah,
so we're just kind
yeah,
of like on a cliff climbing, but finding good handholds, and there's lots of support here,
fantastic.
and also just a lot of passion, because at the end of the day the chocolate is just really delicious, and it's just really fun to share and talk about, and hopefully through experiences like this keep going
Yeah,
strong and keep growing. Yeah.
yeah, fantastic. Okay, then let's kind of jump into the bars that we're going to be tasting right now. So the first bar I think we're doing is Madagascar. So tell us a little
Madagascar,
bit
yes.
about this bar and why we want to start with this one.
Well, I just think it's amazing when you're really intentional about how you're sourcing cacao, and how it's fermented and dried at the source. By the time the beans come to us, and all we do is just gently kind of open up all the flavors that were locked in at the source, you can get these incredible tasting notes from real chocolate, like you would from fine wine or really great olive oil or really great stuff. So this is Trinitario Criollo ceremonial grade cacao, just the best stuff in the world. Madagascar has a very specific tasting note that really delights me every single time. I've been here for 5 years and it never ceases to delight me. And it's interesting, every year it's going to change a little bit based on what the weather's doing and the terroir of the area. But this has a very distinctive tasting note. Keep in mind when you're tasting real, beautiful, real chocolate like this, it's not going to dissolve like an M&M. The only way for it to melt is with heat. So break off a little piece of it, take in the aroma, and make sure that you chew, 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 let it cover your entire palate, but make sure it liquefies before you swallow. And it really will start to open up like wine. And you really get the full character and personality of this chocolate. I like to start with this one because it has such a distinctive punch of flavor. There's only cacao, organic cane sugar, little cocoa butter in these first two origins. We're trying the exact same process of crafting those. The only flavor difference comes from where the beans themselves come from.
What are flavors that we're tasting up from this one that you can share?
Well, as it melts, it's going to get brighter, brighter, and brighter and brighter. And I think it kind of goes on this wheel of tasting, from some nutty notes. But I think it's if I were to use this sort of tasting wheel here, from fruity, nutty, it kind of goes even through this floral range because of just that gentle roast we put on it. It's kind of ending up in this bright, bright citrus world. It almost kind of makes me feel like I'm like someone squoze some lemon in there or something. It's this kind of bright lemon zing to it. And
fantastic. Very cool.
Really, really, really great. Paired with some good whiskey, by the way, or like a really good rendezvous whiskey.
Love it.
For example. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you. Madagascar is one of my favorites, so I definitely get a lot of that citrus and acidity from it. Now, kind of going into the next bar, which is Ecuador. Tell us a little bit about that and the region.
Ecuador, so it's from a co-op. So, but Madagascar is from a single estate called the Bajoco estate. Ecuador, the beans come from Ecuador from a beautiful co-op of farms called Camino Verde. And it's just a really, really gorgeous co-op of farms, and they do really, really high quality work. And just really, it's the epitome of low tech, high intention. Just carefully gather those beans, ferment them properly, harnessing the full potential of that froth, with baba, getting it deep in the bean, and then they just send these gorgeous, gorgeous beans. In fact, I have beans from Camino Verde here in my hand. These gorgeous little things. And so these beans, as you snap this, it's going to have a much more of a deep, fudgy, almost kind of like sweet grass, like woodsier notes, things that reminds me of mushrooms. But it's just both of these beans from Madagascar and from Ecuador, they're low. They have less cocoa butter per bean in them. It's like a lower, less fatty. Camino Verde has this beautiful press because cocoa butter is to cocoa nibs what olive oil is to olives, and so they send us cocoa butter with it, and so we'll put in a little extra cocoa butter in there. But this bean does kind of finish a little bit drier. Kind of reminds me of I don't know, like a good wine when it has that kind of bit of a dryness at the end. But this deep sort of fudgy forward taste with, but it's almost fudgy, leaning into woodsy, leaning into kind of mushroomy and kind of sweet grass.
I see. Okay. Thank you for that, for the Ecuador. Next is the Belize. Maybe just give us a quick highlight of the Belize bar and before we get on to the last one.
Yeah, Belize is another wonderful co-op of farms from Mayan Mountain Cacao, another incredible co-op. And this is, I don't know, right now, this is of these three, I think this one might be my favorite of the single origins. And when we taste the blend, you'll taste some of these things too. as you snap and you take in the aroma of this bar, also look on the back of the bar. There's no added cocoa butter to this, just two ingredients, cacao and organic cane sugar. It's a very fatty, beautiful, luxurious bean. And and the tasting notes are fruity to me, but not in the citrus world of Madagascar. I think it dives deep into more kind of like almost like deep red fruit, like a deep cherry kind of note to it. And then there's almost like figs, like dried figs, like the prune side of plum, kind of these
Yeah,
beautiful deep kind of red fruit notes. And then
love it.
yeah, and it just kind of finishes like this, like golden raisins in a way. It's kind of a lovely little journey. And and make sure that as you're tasting this, really let it, I mean, take the time to let it reach your body temperature. Let it kind of open up and meet you so that you can
Mm,
go on that little journey of tasting this because it will bounce around into different kind of variations of fig and cherry. And yeah, you'll be
love it.
exponentially rewarded the more time you take to let it liquefy.
Thank
But
you.
the smaller the pieces are, the faster you'll get there. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Now, on to the last one, the blend. So tell us a little bit about the blend, what's in it, and what flavors are we expecting from this one?
So the Madagascar, our blend, our mid-mountain blend adjusts every year. I mean, and it's one of the great things about craft chocolate is every year the flavors are going to be slightly different based on what the weather's doing, draw, and what the cocoa midge population is drawing from, the pollinates the flowers. And our blend will change again because we want to kind of have a signature take on it. We're going to go, oh, yeah, that kind of tastes like our take. And it's and you'll notice there's a little extra sugar in our blend. We've gone from the single origins of 75% to 70%. But we kind of think that little extra sugar helps us bounce between all the different origins. In this particular blend is Madagascar, Ecuador, Belize, Zorzal from Dominican Republic, this wonderful farm in Uganda, and a little from Nicaragua. And so it's just it's a kind of a yeah, it is literally if you think of the single origins as Pinot Grigios, this is like our Bordeaux. This is our
Nice.
our blend of all the things. But it's a really there's a little bit more caramel notes in this because of of the different regions that we're putting in there. But you're still going to taste a little bit of that cherry from Belize. You'll taste a little bit of the woodsiness from Ecuador. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, just a slight, I don't know, it's almost like a steak if you put a steak with just a little bit of that finishing malt and salt, that little extra sugar is kind of like our little extra seasoning in there. And but it helps us bounce between all the different origins and kind of gives us a really kind of approachable hug from the mountains a little bit, sort of just a nice, one of the things I love about living in Utah is there is this nice balance of all the seasons. There's
Mhm.
it's just really great winters, really great summers, really great springs, and it's just kind of that blend of all of that weather coming together and kind of gives
Mhm.
us a balance of all those things
Yeah.
that we're going for is that balanced flavor.
Well, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Scott, for sharing all of this with us. Really appreciate that. All this insightful of all the four bars. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here. We will see you the next time. Thanks, all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.